not? Why not? Why not go live? That's the question. Why not? Hello, and welcome to Track. Can we start over? Jack Braggin. Jack Braggin. Thank you and goodbye. No.
What did you do to Mark?
I don't know what did I do? Is it bad now?
Rush B.
It's like... Say something.
Hello and welcome to Black Dragon Roleplay.
Yeah, that's better. Are you like...
Bota. I get close to it. That's what happened.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Black Dragon Roleplay, where we are not professional voice actors, we are not gaming gods. We're just a group of friends that have been brought together through the love of story, who want to share our tabletop adventures with all of you. A few things before we start our session proper. We're so glad that you are here watching us live on Twitch. We appreciate all the support that we have here. If you are new here and want to keep up with the campaign, please drop us a follow. If you'd like to support us, there is a subscribe button. You can drop your prime, sub for some emotes, support the stream. We greatly appreciate everyone who is able to support the stream. We have YouTube, we have social media, we have a Discord, we have all of our personal links. All that and more can be found in the info boxes below, so please go and check all of those out. We play D&D, but we also play video games on the channel. Usually join us Tuesday or Monday sometimes for Thumper and the Moose. We've been playing a lot of Magic. We've played some Sea of Thieves. We play a little bit of anything that can play multiplayer. We play some Game Pass. We play a little bit of everything else. So join us on Tuesday. We know that sounds riveting and I cannot miss. We are now 51 episodes into this campaign, and all 50 episodes can be found on our YouTube page. So if you have missed anything or would like to watch the show from the beginning, please take a look at our YouTube. Every previous session is eventually posted there within a week or two, so please join us on YouTube. Click that like button, subscribe, do whatever you would like to do, but don't forget to feed the dragon. Yay! Recap for the last episode, which was now a few weeks ago, since we're splitting time between the Adventures of Tribus as well as our Sellswords of Sohir. So this is episode 50, I believe, was named... Yeah, 50 was named Don't Look Back. The down and dirty recap of that. After the tavern had been pulled from the clutches of Ziri and the his men, the lots of things happened, just tons of things, lots of things. Camille was brought before her patron and talked about moving forward in a new fashion, a new dedicated, more focused Camille, and was given the opportunity to either take up, leave behind her armor, her white armor that had been known as this beacon armor, showing light of the Sister Ava to everyone, and take up a new, darker armor, more focused, much more, I don't know. I should really come up with words for these things, but come up with a more serious Cameo, or given the chance to go back to her history and go back to before the time where she interacted with humans, before the time that she took up the Paladin's Challenge and become feral and go back to her non-responsible ways. And she took up the new armor, becoming not just the champion of Sister Ava, but the defender and avenger of the Sister Ava. Coming back from her vision with a new set of armor, one black and gold, much more menacing, I would say. As well, there was a lot of conversations between David and the team, getting them to be able to focus on what is ahead, as far as being able to take them to the village where they believe the relic is being held. Max disappeared during all of this, and there was some confrontations between them about her, whether she was still siding with Max through all of this, or it was just another victim in a long line of victims that Max has left behind. And then also there was a find. Dante had found basically a hidden room underneath the barn where cages that seemed to be holding human prisoners at one point had been. And the last relics of the former Khan were found and brought up into the light and destroyed. And that is basically where we are. Everyone, I believe, will say that this has taken place throughout the day, and everyone has taken a rest. You guys wake up. You guys are still going to spend some time here in town. You guys are waiting and know that Abria had left the day before. It's about a 2-day travel back and forth. So you're going to wait for someone that should be coming from the Broken Chain to be able to kind of secure this area before just leaving these women to themselves, these people to themselves.
I believe.
Is there any? Yep.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say. I think we were planning on like a little trip to town and just to check things out. And yeah, we were waiting so that the girls didn't get left to become revenged upon by the bad guys we got rid of.
Okay. Here's what I'll do. Since there is a little bit of, I would say there's probably going to be 3 or 4 days of downtime. I'd like to go around the table and find out what everyone's going to be doing with that, instead of going through hour by hour on that, and just go through on what everyone would be doing with their downtime, be it reading or prepping or going into town and searching for something specific. Let's just go around and find out what I think everyone would be doing during their time. So, who wants to go first?
I'm quiet. I'm trying to be loud. Is that better, Brenna? I'll go first because I just opened my mouth. Dante's basically just going to be, he wants to go to town, check things out, see how big the place is, maybe suss out whether any of the Khan's men are still lurking about, if he can detain them, find them, kill them, and just sort of get an idea of what's going on. And if there are any magic items floating around, he'd like to buy one. Or 2. Or 3.
Or 4?
Well, we'll see.
Preferably boots of elven kind, right?
Well, that's on my list of things.
Just steal them from Sorsha.
Why? Not what she's wearing.
Yeah, so you'd want to go into town. Let's, hold on one second.
So he just wants to, at some point he'd probably get bored or just a little antsy and want to walk around. Trying to get away from the booze so he's not drinking too much.
So you take a trip. Anyone else going with you, or are you going by yourself? Into Gordon. The Stow and Doe. My brain is 100% today, I promise. The Stag and Doe is on the outskirts, on the far side of town, and there's a couple of different things inside. Are you going to go by yourself, or are you going with somebody?
If anyone wants to come with me, come along. He doesn't really care.
I think Saoirse would be of the same mind about the Khan's men wanting to, try and get tabs on them, see how many of them might still be around.
Yeah. Well,
I think she would want to join Dante.
So the town is big enough where there's a few different sections of town. It's a little bit. It's not just your basic. It's probably the largest settlement around, and therefore has a lot more traffic in and out. It's big enough you can find some major supplies. Not big enough to go really unnoticed after facing off with Ziri, but you do notice as you kind of go into town, there are people that are kind of increasingly shy around you, I guess would be the way, kind of avoiding eye contact. They know that there was some sort of dispute, but there's probably not clear on what exactly had happened and whether or not their safety is at risk by you guys being there. So as you kind of are walking through town, you do get some people shuffling across the streets, that type of a thing. There are 3 different taverns. There's 2 near the center of town, and then one large, the bigger tavern. There's 2 smaller than the Stag and Doe that are in town, and then a larger one, which is the Stag and Doe on the outskirts.
Okay.
Near the center of the town, there's a large, like a goods trader. There's actually a mill that's powered by the stream that kind of runs through the middle of town. You do find a couple of shops. Nothing specifically as far as magic shops.
Yep. He
Are
probably
you
wouldn't.
looking?
He probably wouldn't expect anything if it's a small town, but you know he'll poke around some of the couple of the shops, anything that looks a little bit eccentric, maybe, or just to see if anything pops up.
Yeah, some of them are like good traders. Go ahead and roll an investigation check, if you would, as you check out one of the major suppliers in town.
Investigation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's right. It's the other eye one I'm better at. That's an 8.
You do find a lot of, traps. You do find a lot of hunting materials. They do have a limited supply of very small amount of kind of like gunpowder for hunting purposes that they've set up. You do find
Gunpowder?
You do find gunpowder. There's not much. They have like a keg that's similar size of the one that Boltzmann had broken, that had blown up the side of the Stag and Doe. And there's probably about a third left in that barrel.
I want it.
Okay.
I'm buying a present for Boltzmann.
I don't know what the costing of that would be. I'll have to get that too. But I'll look it up.
Did Boltzmann buy a keg? That the barrel that he bought?
I do believe that barrel was a gift by the miners the last time we were in that region. I mean, what was it?
Look, I'll be happy to part with a platinum.
No, I don't think it's that expensive.
I don't think it's that expensive.
Yeah, I'd probably ruin this town if I dropped a platinum in there.
You're gonna ruin the economy.
Well, platinum is what? It's only 10 gold, right?
Yeah, but it's still a whole platinum. Who are they going to find to break it? We're going to travel 2 weeks to the next biggest town.
It's not that small. Boom.
That's what I'm hoping.
I'm searching. Boom. No, I'm searching Betty Boom because that's the name under where the first one was bought. It goes way back.
Would Boltzmann have informed me of the supplies that he needs to make more bullets, by the way?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
So he'll keep his eyes open for those. Are we talking like brass?
A 20-pound powder keg would be 320 gold. No, 3,200 gold.
Yeah, and how big's this one?
Yeah.
It's a third of that.
How much did you say it was?
A
30,000.
third of that? It's 32,000.
Wow.
No, 3,200. 3,200.
Thank you.
3,200 gold
I'll
pieces.
just pull out the $10,000 that I have.
And I'll say it's a third of that.
So probably 1,000 gold.
Mhm.
Isn't there like a horn, a powder horn?
Powder horn is, yeah, it's only 2. That's like 1/10.
A tenth of it. And let's
Divide by 3. Yeah. You could negotiate it for 1,000 gold.
Wouldn't a powder horn be enough, Moose, to make at least for the explosive? Let's see, where was it?
If you're just creating bullets, yeah, 16 shots.
Oh yeah,
But
for
what would it get us? What would that like even a third of the keg? Or was it a third or a quarter?
Not a third left.
About a third left.
That'll be 1,000 gold, and that'll create
What kind of
120.
what kind of
divided by
explosion
3.
will it make?
That'll create 100 bullets. 100 bullets or
Whatever.
a certain amount of shots.
Well,
Yeah.
Did you? How much of that powder did you use before, Boltzmann? Because did you stick that? You stuck those in the windows, didn't you, to blow up?
yeah, I did, and it was probably
Was the rest of what you had?
Yeah, but a portion of it, a rather large portion of it, would have already been used by that time. So, I think that DM discretion was already half, and then I
Yeah.
split it in. So essentially, a quarter of a keg.
And one of them didn't
Was-
blow up, did they?
Both of them did blow up.
Did they?
Eventually.
Eventually,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Both of them did eventually blow up.
Okay. You know what? It's for Boltzmann, and he's gonna make me bullets. So,
I
yeah.
think a powder horn would be enough to make 32 bullets.
Yeah.
Looking at
Don't
loose
you
gold.
don't you want to buy like a whole barrel, a third of a barrel?
Whole third of the barrel. I would like that, but I think that imagine the logistics for that. I think that is 20 pounds, so a third of that would be how many pounds is that? Eh, okay, what 6.5 pounds? More or
Saoirse
less.
would pitch in for the cost of all the
Doesn't matter.
gunpowder, though, because
I've
she would
got
like
it.
some explosive arrows.
I've got
Oh,
it.
good God.
It doesn't matter.
Good God.
That's what I was thinking as
So-
well. Like, you know, it's,
To help out Moose here a bit. To help out Moose here a bit. For the explosive arrows, if you want me to make one, that'd be 50 gold worth of appropriate materials each. So I would say that would be
And she wants 3. She wants as many as she can get.
as 3, yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't
Moose,
fire
are you
my
allowing
gun.
this?
I don't
You're
fire.
allowing-
I don't fire that my pistol that often that I need that many bullets. I still got a whole bunch that you made me before. I'm just like, you know, gunpowder seems to be the thing that we need around here.
Yeah. But
I would
anyway,
say for the explosive arrows would probably be about double what it is in the rulebook, just because of what we're using for the bullets to make it equivalent,
I see.
make it similar.
So, so you mean he now has to
100
spend
gold for each arrow.
a total 300 for 3 arrows, all right? And then we've got the 1,000 for Jesus Christ, how many bullets?
Well, there's only 1,000 worth left. They only in the shop. There's only 1,000.
Oh God,
gold
they're gonna buy it
worth.
all out. You're
Yeah.
gonna buy
Only
it all
1,000 gold worth of powder left, and it's in a
Alright.
powder keg that's like a third gone because
Alright.
people have taken portions for their own bullets.
I mean, like,
look.
he will ask if he will approach the storekeep or whoever it is and be like, look, I'm going to give you the entire amount for what's left there of this barrel. Will you take 900 for it?
Well, let me see what I got there.
Because I'd love to get my hands on this, but you know, 1,000 is 1,000. 900 sounds a lot better.
Well, I don't know. People don't usually go and buy the whole thing from me. They usually buy piece by piece, and then
That's
I
why
usually get
900,
more from the piece by piece. So
900 cold
I'm
cash
giving
in your hands right now instead of little piece by piece.
cold cash.
And he whips out how many?
Well,
That's 90 platinum, right? He whips out 90 platinum, just like counts it out, and just sets it down with his hand on top of it. 900 gold right now for that. Do you have any magic items as well? Like anything magical?
Well, I don't know about magical, but roll a persuasion check on this guy.
Persuasion. That's 29.
Yeah, I heard there was a dust up out at the Stag and Doe. Was that you there, young fella?
Yes, it was actually. My friends and I, and he points to Saoirse and sort of waves his hand as if there's more outside.
Let me 900 gold will do you. That'd be just fine. I appreciate what you done. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of people over there that that place is not a good place. We're glad to see it go.
Well, that's another one of the reasons we're wandering around town. We're just making sure that none of them are left hiding, and we want to make sure that things are going to be okay here when we leave.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen too many of them around here. A lot of them left already. I think I don't know many things. I haven't seen them in town lately. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I'm really just after this, and I appreciate the 900 gold. Yeah, we'll continue to keep looking. But thank you.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you very much. He starts taking the collection off the table.
Yep. Dante will just pick up the keg on his shoulder, big smile on his face. And he'll sort of look at Saoirse. That's a lot of arrows, isn't it?
Yes. So a few at least, from what I understand, from what Boltzmann told me.
Wonderful.
And she gets this big grin on her face. That should be plenty.
Wonderful. Sorry, were there any other supplies that Boltzmann needs for bullets and stuff?
As far as that goes, I don't think so. That was the main ingredient. I think the rest of it's like scrap metal that he usually can produce out of thin air.
It's okay.
Usually produce out of thin air.
Well, we've got a lot of weapons lying around the inn at the moment, so I think it'll be easy enough to. So like he'll do a wander with Saoirse with the barrel on his shoulder, looking around and just casually asking questions, whether anybody has seen any of the dastardly fellows that used to run the inn and now hightailing it out of town.
The overall sentiment that you get from the some people are still very hesitant to even talk in your direction, but the people that you do get to be able to converse, and you are a very persuasive, charismatic guy. The people that you do get to talk to, they seem appreciative. They're not overly excited. They don't really know who you are as far as that goes. So they're still concerned that they're still, replacing one bad thing with another. But they're at least glad that Ziri's gone.
Well, if he manages to get a crowd of people together or there's a situation, he will actually basically make a presentation confirming the rumors that Ziri is dead. The Khan is no longer among us on this mortal plane, and any of the cowards that followed him that may be hiding in dirty little holes in town or on the outskirts of it, please let us know so that we can finish this off and give them the justice they deserve. Before we leave,
What do you give us?
what will we give you? A hearty pat on the back. Depends what you bring. And he'll sort of flick a gold coin in his fingers and put it back in his little pouch. Depends what you bring us.
Okay.
And that's basically it for him, unless Saoirse wants to add anything else.
No, she'll leave she knows well enough, leaving any social skills, persuasion, and so forth. She leaves that to Dante with her -1 in charisma.
Both of you make a perception check as you're searching around and talking throughout the crowd. And
18.
16.
It's not really history, but Dante, give me a history check.
History?
History or intellect check straight up. Oh, you'll take the history.
That's a natural 20.
With the 0 modifier. Yeah. Okay. As you are talking to the crowd, you do happen to lock eyes with someone that you believe to remember seeing fleeing the place at one point.
Oh. How do they seem to react upon seeing us?
Very much they're just blending in with the crowd. Very much just trying to stay under the radar. They seem to be with a few other people that you have not recognized, you've never seen before.
Do they seem like townsfolk, or do they actually seem like other people who might have been following the Khan?
No, these look like townfolk. They're far less rugged than the ones that he's the biggest of them. The rest of them are pretty, townsfolky as it goes. He's the only one that has, and he's no longer wearing any kind of armor or anything like that, like most of the thugs, Zeri's thugs had. He's now dressed in plain clothes.
Well, he'll turn to leave, as if to leave, then just stop for a second and just sort of casually looking around, but sort of indicating to the guy that he's spotted him, but not sort of calling him out. He'll be like, "We are only after those who delighted in serving the Khan. Anybody else who perhaps was forced to or would like to make amends some other way to this town, we have no interest in. We're worried about the people who are going to try and fill the void now that the Khan's gone." And he makes sure that the person and the people around him sort of catch glimpses of him sort of knowingly looking in their direction. And then he'll hoist his little keg and...
Roll intimidation.
Sure, I'm better at that than the investigation. That's 25.
Okay. You do see him kind of lower his head a little bit. Again, once you make eye contact with him, he definitely lowers his head, knowing that there's a good possibility he may be found out, but doesn't react. Just puts his head down, shuffles around with his friends a little bit, the people that he's with.
Well, he was trying to be reassuring to those who, may not have been bad people following. But if the guy starts feeling guilty, well, that's his problem, not mine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yippers.
That's basically me.
Okay. Anything else that you want to try to do during this time? So that's a day. You probably have 3 or 4 days. Anything else that you'd be doing with your time?
Not really. Just exercising and doing the thing. Doing laps around the inn. trying to impress the women, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Maybe take Saoirse out if she's up for it to try and find Max's tracks. But other than that, yeah, not much else.
Oh, she'd be willing to do that.
Oh, that sneaky
Okay.
bastard.
Okay. You guys do take a walk around the place. You had originally, looked at the main road and kind of right in front of the place that had been disturbed quite a bit. You guys do take a walk a little bit further down just the main road just to see if you could find any tracks. Go ahead and roll a survival check, Saoirse. At disadvantage because time has passed.
That's a 22.
I would say with a 22, possibly you think you can tell that something, that Max may have gone this way. There is some sort of distinct tracks, but it's not 100%. It could be that, it could be something else, it could be enough time has passed, it's not fresh, it's on a main road. It's just really difficult to be able to tell for 100% sure. You think that it's in that general southeast direction where that main road goes. But other than that, you're not.
She feels like she'd have to follow it a ways maybe, and just to confirm.
Yeah, you start following it. It's just not strong enough to follow. There's just so much dust and so much trail. It's just hard to track something on the main road with other people coming through, and so you think it may be that direction. That gives you the best hint, but not 100%. You're not certain in your pushing.
She'd go back to Dante and just suggest that he's been gone too long, and there's no telling if he did go that way, and if he could have backtracked to kind of cover his butt.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to do, Saoirse, while you have time?
I think she would be just kind of relaxing, keeping kind of watching for the like she helped with Dante, watching for any of the Khan's old men, kind of slinking around the premises. She'd be, I'd say, call herself running guard duty in a way, and then probably just practicing, just keeping up her aim and practicing with her bow and arrows, and just shooting at a makeshift target she would put together in the back.
Okay. One of the other three, what are you guys doing?
I'd say since the last time, at least from what I recall of the last session, I believe the three, primarily Bran, Kemiel, and Boltzmann, were hard at work at repairing the the collateral damage of Boltzmann's pyrotechnics. So I feel like that'll consume a good majority of the 3 days, at least for Bran, because he's not much of a carpenter, but being a bit of a soldier for a majority of his life, he's had experience with setting up and pulling down defenses and like makeshift palisades and whatnot. So I think he would, at least with the help obviously of Boltzmann, because he is the true artisan here, he would assist in repairing the Stag and Dove so that it's a lot more livable and there's not a draft, a gaping hole in the wall.
You guys, without your wizards, you guys, nobody has stone shape? Or
I do
mending?
not have stone. I
I
do
have
have
mending,
mending.
actually.
but-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do you have mending, Brad?
Yes, I do.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
learned a thing or two. But yeah, Boltzmann and Brand, B&B, they'd be busy. Oh god, so many bees.
I think Brandon Cameo would just be like hovering around Boltzmann and just like the children huddled around the father as they work on the vehicle and just be like, hold the flashlight,
hold the flashlight.
hold the flashlight still. Cameo, carry that over there. Brand, give me the wood.
I need,
Yeah, I said that on purpose.
Other, oh
Let
god,
me get
dude.
the timestamp for that.
Dude,
Okay.
usually I'm the one who does that. But anyways, other
That
than
goes in
that,
my
though,
soundboard.
I beat you to the punch.
anyways, Boltzmann would be, along with that though, Boltzmann would be, I guess, very hard at work, since he would feel that he is, no, he would not feel, he knows he is responsible for most of the damage that's happened to this building here. He would prioritize, however, the holes in the walls,
Mhm.
plural. And other than that, though, has there been, since he's going around, he and the two others would be going around in the tavern, I suppose. Is there anything else that we may have not investigated, or things that we have missed in our initial investigations the day before?
Within the tavern?
Yeah, within the tavern.
No, you've done a pretty thorough search of everything. Especially now that you've seen the place below, and seen how that's attached and what that was used for. Think you know the story behind that.
Yeah.
No, you guys you spend some time in the Xeri's chambers. It seems a majority of anything valuable was in the safe that was taken. You do spend more time kind of looking through his records, trying to figure out things. The more that you see and the more time you put into that, the more you can definitely make out that there was something that it kind of clarifies your suspicions, or what was told to you by the broken chair, the broken chain, that these things were some sort of trafficking going on. Not 100% sure exactly why or what, but there was some sort of trafficking going on, and as well as the tavern itself using the girls for vice and that kind of a thing.
I see. All right.
So that's the general stories that you get, and verified by some of the records. Very vague, nothing. He's very smart in his record keeping. But yeah.
All right. So given that, Moose, do I need to roll anything to determine the damage we've managed to fix?
No, I would say between your skill set, between the added hands, it would only take you a day or two. Fix the front area, the porch area that was there, that was wood, that was completely burned up, to get some supplies. I'll say for 15 gold all in together, you guys would find enough wood and supplies within town to be able to go and fix that.
Oh no, Boltzmann's going to shoulder all of that.
Okay.
He'd toss in 20 gold, even. Classic
Could we
Boltzmann.
just cut down a couple of logs outside?
No, we've damaged nature. Well enough, Brad. Suddenly Boltzmann. As you say that, he nervously, gestures with his eyes. He nervously gestures towards Camille.
You think an angry tree man's gonna turn into a crocodile and pick me up?
His eyes are like pointing, like he's pointing with his eyes like towards Camille. But yeah, with that, how many days are we out there total? I mean, waiting total.
I would say 3 or 4 days would probably
3 or
be
4 days. So with
what
the
you
extra
expected.
time though,
Mhm.
Boltzmann would want to, I guess, I don't know. He'd kind of, it's his weird way of making it up to the ladies, I suppose, on the damage he's done. He'd also try to carve a table, I suppose. What is this, Rimworld? He's gonna make a at least make a a table, a centerpiece table, I think is a term.
Masterwork quality.
Yeah, of high quality, so that
Okay.
at least they won't. At least he's left the place slightly better than he went into.
Okay. Roll a performance check to see how well that comes out.
Oh, come on, performance, charisma, come on, Moose. That's woodcarver's
You
school.
you tell me what you should roll.
What should I roll
Sleight
for
of
it?
hand.
God damn it. Yeah, I do have, what is it? God, expertise on woodcarver's tools.
Wouldn't that
And
be
you have a all
your
tool.
Omni tool?
Oh yeah, so technically it's
That's a
still, it
plus
can be.
one.
So yeah, I would
Okay,
have
roll with
this
that.
one. All right, you know what? Let's do this. I do believe I have. Wait. Got to double check. Yeah, okay. Come on. Oh God, damn it! What? That was a 2? Mother humper. Flash effects. I'm gonna use a flash of genius for that to add a 4. So that's a 17. God, the cheese. Come on, Boltzmann feels bad. He genuinely feels bad though. About it. So yeah.
So you begin carving, and you begin to
17 total.
you begin to kind of set this thing up. You are very focused on being able to create this item that's like very meticulous and very detailed in nature, and you go and you get all the basics together, and you get it all assembled in a certain way, and it's one of those things where you kind of step back and you just can't figure out exactly what's wrong, but there's something wrong, and you just sit there and you think about it, and it takes you hours, and you just start tweaking this, that, and tweaking this, and then something else, because you tweak something else gets messed up, and eventually you get there. But it takes the rest of your time to be able to get this the way that you would like it, and want to actually come up with something that's better than, the local craftsman could do. But yeah, you eventually do it.
Is that I guess, since that would be the last, I would imagine that, yeah, it is like it would be his parting gift. He would, of course, it would be his, goodness, words. It would be his parting gift towards the ladies, I suppose. He would just, show it off in the most awkward way that he can. He's just gonna point at it, like Will Smith. That Will Smith meme, not the slapping one, the showing off one. Yeah. He's just,
Oh my god, thanks for the clarification, dude.
come on, man. We gotta stay up to date with all the memes and all that. But yeah, whatever. But
You
yeah,
sound like you're 80 years old.
whatever, man. But yeah, that's Boltzmann. That's Boltzmann.
Okay. Anything more for Bran and for Cameo?
Yeah, so for the 3 days, since we stated that there are 3 days, in order to just pass the time and to make things quicker, could I roll for cooking 3 times?
Yeah, I'll let you do that. That's fine.
Want to know why, Moose?
Because you need 3 times to finish your book, probably.
I need 3 more recipes. I'm ready for my prize, Moose.
Where's the achievement? Where's the gamer score?
Yay! Oh, that one is not bad. Hey, just one more.
Oh, nice.
One more. Okay, so yeah, Brandon
Another day.
at the end of his days will create those said meals. Two of them are pretty good, and one of them is average.
Okay.
And I don't know if I would have to roll the same thing. Oh no, I don't have any carver's tools, but I would like to say that with maybe a leftover piece of lumber from the repairs on the wall, Bran is gonna start whittling. He's gonna try his hand at carving something.
Okay.
Could I
Um,
have to roll for that?
Sure. What
I
do
don't
you
know.
want to carve?
He's basically just trying to carve a little animal figurine thingy. Think like a little keychain.
For the Okay. Go ahead and roll.
What do I roll? 'Cause I don't have.
You can do a tool hand check.
I don't have tools, so I'll just do sleight of hand, I suppose. Oh lord.
Hey,
That's not too bad.
Okay. The 17.
Yeah, you begin to start carving and just enjoying the new deck that has been built, and you are able to just take an extra piece of wood and be able to kind of carve out, and eventually you do come up with like a little almost a fairly good representation of what a little owl bear would be. And it kind of looks like Addie, and kind of doesn't, but kind of does look like Addie. And yeah, you're able to do that. The 17.
Could I actually retcon that to like a rabbit?
But yeah, I asked what you were gonna do. You just said animal, so I made the.
Well, oh okay.
You can do whatever you'd like. If you want to do a rabbit, go ahead. Make a rabbit.
All right.
Knock yourself out.
Plot. What else? What else is he doing? Because we got 3 days here. Yeah, I'd say considering how shaken up that he was in the previous encounter, I'd say Bran would also take his time to some quality time with Addie. Maybe possibly train her a bit more so that she's a bit more responsive in terms of like if there's danger, she needs to listen to Bran, like stay out of the danger, or that sort of thing.
Okay, give me a general animal handling check to see how this training session goes.
Animal handling. This is not what I thought I'd be putting points into Bran for. But here we are. That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's getting as you just like are working with Addie more and more, you do notice that she's getting bigger. She's getting more active. Whatever that you had kind of built for her before, she's kind of growing out of. She's getting bigger. It won't be too long before she's going to be, having to adjust everything again and kind of. That's in-game talk. I need to kind of level up Addie's sheets a little bit, I think. So I'll work on that, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, definitely Addie is improving and changing, and spending time with her definitely helps your bond and helping her listen. So there'll be some adjustments to DC checks when that happens in the future.
All right, cool. Thanks. So,
Anything else?
Also, this is kind of in-player talk here, but I did custom make some armor for Addie, but the problem is that it was all the way back in
in your personal castle?
Yeah, Numer.
Oh.
Wonderkeep?
Yes, near Wonderkeep. Yes.
Mm.
It's like brand custom, like
You
paid in
should've-
advance.
You could have had you could have Jeremiah pick it up. Your personal butler at Wonderkeep.
Jeremiah? Oh my God,
The
that's
archaeolog-
right, Jeremiah.
Yeah,
That's right, Jeremiah. Yes,
The
he
professor that you
stayed.
saved that you guys never
Oh
checked on.
God.
who's now our
He
butler?
was the
Is he okay?
caretaker. He's the caretaker.
Now you
Is
ask.
he okay?
Actually, okay. You know what? Let me add that to what I'm gonna do today.
Message him, dude.
Yeah, Bran is gonna actually, he just out of the blue, he'll sit out on the porch that was just freshly made. You know, he'll be the typical old man is like whittling away on his little rabbit figurines.
This Thanos.
You know, his eyes gazing across the forest line, trying to keep an eye out for any more of the Khan's lackeys probably snooping around. I mean, he's no ranger, but he's still keeping an eye out. But then all of a sudden his eyes will widen as as he immediately recalls the little caretaker archaeologist dude, Jeremiah, who is currently watching over the Wonderkeep while we're away.
Kevin's mom from Home Alone going, Kevin, in the first class seat. Yeah.
And yeah, Bran will actually take the time to use his ring of sending to contact Jeremiah, because I believe Jeremiah can respond back, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So if that's the case, I think Bran will just ask, I guess just like a general, how are things, Jeremiah? Just like status update.
You got 25 words.
Jeremiah, he doesn't have to introduce himself because it uses the voice, correct?
Yeah.
It uses the person's. Okay, so Jeremiah, how are things at Wonderkeep? Yeah, let's just go. Yeah, let's just go. Honestly, what else is there to ask?
Are you okay?
How? Well, no. How? I think there will be a pause. There will be a pause in the message, and then followed by a, "How's my coconut?" Because it was blessed. It was blessed by Cameo before we left, so there should be actually a lot of crops that
That did not sound right out
Grown.
of context.
yeah, fertilize the soil.
Apparently, Jeremiah didn't get updated into my voices list, so that means that's how big of an important character he was. Oh, Bran, I thought you were been quite a long time. Yes, everything is fine here. Everything seems to be just fine. Coconut, I believe, is fine. I'm actually not at Wonderkeep right now. I'm in Newer. I will, and that's all you hear.
God.
So the uhs count in the ring of sending.
It's like getting an
No.
unexpected call from your boss.
No, it's more like getting a call from your grandparents or something.
It's a voicemail.
Honey, how do I turn on the...
That
All right, well, much for that. So the ring of sending only has one use per day.
One use per day. You have sending.
Bran
though.
will
You
try
have
again.
slots.
Bran will try again the second day. Oh, it's like an international call. He has to wait. He's gonna wait till the next day, and he'll continue, and then this time with a bit more stern voice. Jeremiah, you mentioned yesterday you were not Wonderkeep. Why are you at Numer? Another pause, and then Bran will add, so pick up Eddie's armor.
Well, you only left 2 weeks' supply, so of course the things got tight, and I'm not really welcome in Numer, but I had to take the risk because there was no more food, and I ran into some issues, but that's all you get.
Oh my fucking god.
Damn it.
This dude,
Use
this
your
guy.
spells, damn it.
After the second day, I think anybody
there's
coming
already no-
outside, like, to see the porch, they will find Bran leaning into his hands, like, rubbing his temples, as this is the second day. Bran will look at Boltzmann and just, like, slowly just shake his head.
Doesn't have anything to do with the fight. As in, he just looks at Bran. Is anybody in danger?
Jeremiah's gonna be in some danger if
Jeremiah.
he doesn't give me a straight answer.
It's Jeremiah. Boltzmann has not met this dude, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boltzmann was not around for Wonderkeep. Oh my god. That's right. Okay, yeah, Bran will fill in for Boltzmann on Jeremiah, I guess
Boltzmann just
the
nods while he's drinking his coffee.
the archaeologist slash caretaker of Wonderkeep in our stead. And then on the third day, Bran will once again load up his international calls. And on the third and final
You do
day...
have sending, right? You know that, right? You know you have sending.
No, I don't.
You don't have sending?
I don't have it.
Oh no,
Clerics have sending. Clerics have sending.
What level?
Level 1.
No, it's not level 1. It's level
Not
3.
level 1, but it's level 3.
or 4 or something like that.
Level 3, sending...
Let's see.
Oh yeah, there is. But I didn't prepare it.
Oh, okay.
It's 3 days,
Okay.
man.
3 days. You got 3 days.
Yeah, I know. Well,
He is a
I
budget
never
magic
thought-
user.
Oh my god. He's just stuck in his ways. He's like, I've got to...
what's the point of having a magical item that has a very specific niche when I just prepare a spell that does the same damn thing and waste a spell slot?
Well, if you got the answer out of him you wanted, you wouldn't have to use the spell slot. But right now, he's kind of making me
guys, this
anxious
is
to
just
find out what
Bran
the fuck is going on.
Bran is new to
I
this
paid
whole
for
magic
this
thing,
sending
Dante,
ring.
okay?
I paid for the
paid
sending
for
ring.
it.
I'll use my sending ring.
I'm going to use it. Nothing else.
Bran's just gonna like wave his sending ring, just be like,
He waves it angrily at this guy.
no, I'm not a wizard, I'm not Emmy.
Fucking cleric, man. He's just like, he's got his like his old cleric book that he like takes notes on. It's like it's crumpled and as he peels the pages apart because they haven't been open in forever. Underscored is sending.
Just like little stick figures on it that say like hand gesture. Then he'll underline.
You send the third day to
Yeah, the third-
Jeremiah.
third
What do you
shot.
say?
God,
Third shot.
he's had sending forever.
Okay, so Bran will say, Jeremiah, last chance. What the hell is going on? You in Numer. Yeah, let's just go with that. Whatever he says, fuck it.
Oh, this can't be good.
No, everything is fine. Everything is good. There was a little misunderstanding. Everything seems to be okay now. I should be able to go home in the next few days, a week or two at the most. Everything should be fine. That's
This
all.
motherfucker.
This massive bag of.
Oh my god, he's gonna get his ass kicked when we get back to work. Alright, well, that's gonna be Bran. I am so sorry, honey. You can go ahead and explain what you're doing for the next 3 days. Oh my god.
God
This
damn
little
it, Brandon.
segue.
God
God,
damn
what
it.
is
You
this?
should appreciate me, Moose. I'm bringing light to characters that you have created.
That was messy.
I completely forgot the guy existed like 5 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
I think Camille would be working on the wall itself alongside Boltzmann and Branimir. She would most likely be more of a nuisance than of any help unless she has any heavy carrying to do. Otherwise, once the wall is done, I think she would be spending more time, inside the Stag and Doe, just taking care of the girls, I think. She's not very chatty with them. She just kind of looks in once in a while. If there's any issues, she would ask if there's anything she can do to help. And in the midst of Branimir creating some sort of statue, some wooden statue of some sort, and having the conversation, I guess you can call it a conversation with Jeremiah. I think she would just kind of just watch him as... Sorry.
You just see him day by day. You just see him on the porch, just rubbing his temples.
I think at the third day where it's so obvious that something's bothering Bran, I think she just lean on the door itself towards the deck, and just watch him with this stupid smirk on her face, and just ask him, "You having a migraine over there? Is everything okay?
You enjoying yourself, Cam?"
Oh, maybe a little too much."
Bran makes a face that almost resembles a pout before he gets up, and then he just kind of mumbles to himself, "The damn Jeremiah.
What's wrong with Jeremiah?
Give me a concise answer."
Well, did you give him a concise question?
There's a pause. Bran tries to think about it. Almost defensively, he says, "Yes." It's quite clear, actually.
Camille just kind of bites down her lip, just trying very hard to swallow this belly laugh. And her cheeks are like flushed red because she's trying hard not to laugh because she can tell that Branimir is just so frustrated. Oh, I'm sure you did. What were you trying to do exactly by contacting our dear old friend Jeremiah?
Wanted to make sure that we wouldn't return home to nothing but rubble.
Can you
That
clarify?
and I wanted to get Addie's armor.
Oh, that's right. Sorry telling me he's not at Wonderkeep right now.
Apparently not.
Where is he then?
Well, if I know, says he's somewhere in Numer.
I'll pretend I know where that is. That's very unfortunate news. Not as unfortunate as that horse that you're making. What is that?
Bran almost, I think maybe he looks down at the mention of the horse, and almost instinctively he kind of clutches it as if trying to hide it in his fist. Almost defensively. It's not a horse, Cam. It's a rabbit. See, it's got ears.
Oh, I see it now.
See little nose.
Oh. Well, aren't you an artisan? Did I use that word right? I'm still learning.
In a sense where you are comparing me to Boltzmann. Yes.
Oh, well, that's lovely. Why? Actually, she pauses for a bit, looks at him. Why?
Bran kind of looks at her for a moment, opens his mouth part way, as if to say something, stops, thinks about it for a moment, and just raises his arm to present the little carving to Cambiel. It's supposed to be for you. No. He kind of like shifts his hip a little bit to expose the little
Oh no, not
the little egg, the little carving egg that
Ew.
Camille had made for it.
no.
It looks like an egg.
Oh, Jesus.
From when they had went to Saoirse's
Saoirse's,
parents'
yeah.
house. It was only fair. You gave me a beetle, I'll give you a rabbit.
Camiel doesn't know particularly how to respond because it seems like this came out of nowhere. But then he brought up the wooden carving of the beetle / egg thing, and she looks at the rabbit, looks at Bran, back at the rabbit, and very hesitantly reaches out to it, and takes it in her hand, and she looks at it, inspecting it, and she kind of locks eyes with him, and she's like, "Why a rabbit?"
Well, it's to remind you of who you are. And then he pauses for a minute, and then he kind of rubs his nose a little bit. You do this thing with your nose sometimes. Kind of like a rabbit.
My nose. Cam opens her mouth to kind of like say that she doesn't, but then she pauses and thinks about it. And she has done it a couple of times. Oh, right. So, this is a token of your appreciation or your admiration, Bran? What are you trying to say?
Bran immediately just starts walking off back into the tavern. To remind you of who you are, Cam. New armor and all. It's a new responsibility on your shoulders. Could be easy to lose track.
I think with that, Camiel did try to tease, but it seems that this is a little more serious than she had anticipated. So she'll drop her little smirk and just hold on to this little carving and just watch him walk off. And she'll just say, thank you. Really? I'll keep this close.
Should wrap it around your belt like I do with your beetle. Impromptu RP, everyone.
Yeah. And I think with that she will keep it close. I think she'll put it in a pouch. I don't think she has a belt under all of that. But she will keep it in a pouch with her sewing kit and stuff that she hasn't touched in forever. And with that, I think that's as far as we're going to get within the 3 days. She basically helped with the wall. She tended to the girls, and she spent a little more time with Branimir with that little RP, and that's about it.
Okay. Within the 3 days, the Stag and Doe has changed a little bit. Some of the girls have left. Some of the girls that were there and didn't really want to be there have left. Some are staying. Some have worked with Davin to be able to kind of get one another, situated. Davin's kind of taking the role of the lead in that to be able to kind of get things a little bit organized, especially on the girls' ends, to be able to kind of get everything situated in that. A couple days pass, about 3 or 4 days pass, and that's not good. You guys see familiar faces walking into the Stag and Doe.
Sorry, just
Yep.
before.
Go ahead. Hello?
Ruh-roh.
Ryan?
Did Ryan leave us?
What place?
Oh, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Did he leave
No.
his earthly plane?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
You're there.
Yes,
I
you're
had some
there.
technical issues. I just wanted to say real quick for when Dante gives the keg to Boltzmann, he literally just slaps it on the ground and points to it and just says, "There you go, Boltzmann. It's a little present."
Boltzmann has
Gives
this
a little kick.
Boltzmann has this massive grin on his face. Bullets coming right up, and explosives. Oh god, and explosives as well. And in between the rests, in between, Boltzmann definitely would spend some time making the explosive arrows for Sirsha, which I do hope is enough. 300 gold. And then what is left is Boltzmann is gonna make some bullets for Dante, and I will have to do some quick maths about the number of bullets for that.
Feel free to
Okay.
grab some of it. You don't have to use it all for bullets.
All right.
If you want to make like a couple of
but-
grenades or something like that. Dante's really good at throwing
Oh.
stuff, so
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do that. It's not a problem. I'm on the wrong sheet. There we go. You guys eventually, familiar faces kind of head towards the tavern. You see Zoya and Rock. Rock being the head of security, like the male half-orc, and Zoya, the leader of the Broken Chain, 30-year-old human, female, very thin frame, silver robes, kind of make their way to the Stag and Doe. Zoya kind of gathers you together. You guys kind of see them coming and kind of get together as a group in the main hall. Very nice to see all of you again. Camille, thank you for being here. Bria was very tired after her battle and her trip. She is resting now. But she did tell us the heroic actions that all of you took. My tribe in this region owes you a great debt of gratitude.
Dante. Oh, wait a minute. Camille just stepped outside, I think. Oops. I was going to say Dante nudges Camille to answer, but
Oh, she's away.
she's not there yet, so he's just like, "You're welcome."
I'm stunned to speak.
You're welcome, and he moves her jaw. You're welcome.
Give us a second. Why don't we take our... It's 9:30. Why don't we take a break? We haven't done that in a while. Let's take a break. I'm going to use the washroom. And let's take a quick break and then come back in 5-10 minutes. Be good with that?
Yeah,
Yeah, Captain.
It's good.
Oh,
We're live.
hey, we're back. We're live.
Hello. Hello, friends. All right. So you guys are still waiting. Eventually, Rock and Zoya make it up. Zoya does kind of bring everybody together. Was trying to talk to Camille before the break, but now that
Sorry.
Camille's here. It's
Sorry,
okay.
I'm here.
I didn't see the be right back. So she goes, Bria was very tired. Bria was very tired after her battle and trip. She's resting. She did tell us of the heroic actions that each of you took. My tribe owes each of you a great debt of gratitude.
That's about when Dante nudges Camille.
Camille is she is just standing there, kind of stoically, and listens and nods. And in response to that, she just says, "We only came here to do one thing, and it was done."
Agreed. The shedding of his blood will just be the start. We will not let the momentum fade. Others like him will fall. We will see to it. What you've done here simply cements your legacy. Every member of the Broken Chain owes their lives to you. We will work with these women here to find others like them, to help others like them.
It's good to hear. These women do need a family, someone that they can trust. And there's no better person to trust than their own.
Agreed. And eventually, Zoya and Rock kind of introduced themselves to the girls with the help of Davin, and kind of get everyone acquainted and comfortable with each other. Later that same day, that was probably later in the afternoon after dinner. I would say this is probably the last day, the third day. Davin kind of gathers everybody up and says, "So the plan is to go to Marrakech tomorrow, correct?"
Yes?
Okay, I'm just making sure. I don't have a problem taking you guys there. But I think I want to come back. I think I want to help these people as well. I want to be a part of what's going to happen here.
The decision is all yours to make. No one's tying you down.
Okay. Is there anything that anyone needs to do? Should we leave first thing tomorrow?
Oh, first thing sounds wonderful. First thing in the
More
morning.
good and more good here, and the earlier the better.
Okay. So you guys again finish another night at the Stag and Doe. There's a dinner that is held along with Brand's cooking. One of the better days of food prep from him is celebrated, but also some of the women put together some of their dishes, and an entire spread is laid out, kind of celebrating this new beginning, the partnership with the Broken Chain, and kind of the plans that they are making together to be able to make this a better place, and one that is much more honoring to the women that are there, and now gone of the shadow of the Ziri and the Khan. The next morning, you guys head out very early. Davin kind of leads you southeast. This is not a major road, but it's still the main road that's coming out of town and going towards that direction. You guys do split off and go towards the southeast. a little bit further down the line. This is not a major road, but starting out, the path seems fairly well worn. At a certain point, the similarities of the trees and the consistent nature that you've been seeing all throughout the Salier Forest, and now just coming out into the towns, but the tree density starts to change a little bit more to something a little bit more unfamiliar, even to someone like Saoirse, who's seen her fair share of different forests. After a full day of travel, you get up the next morning and you take off again. Soon you see groupings of trees that are no longer giving space to each other. There's clusters of 3 or 4 trees with another cluster separated 15 feet away, 10 to 15 feet away. Nothing that you've seen in a naturally occurring forest has been this way in the past, but it seems natural for here. The canopy is still covering over, so there's no great spreads of light that are going in there, even though the trees themselves are clustering together. Their foliage and their canopy is still covering the entire forest above. You see groupings of trees, another half day of travel, and at one point, David kind of leaves you off of this trail and onto just a unmarked trail. The deeper you go, those clusters seem bigger. At first, the clusters were only 5 to 10 feet in diameter, but the further you get in, the further you go, the more clusters grow. The distance, having 10 or more trees in a single bunch, very tightly clustered together. As the clusters get larger and the space between grows, the canopy still stays the same. Looking up, you see a dense forest, letting only in rare spaces of light between the clusters. The floor itself, there's large collections of leaves and organic material carpeting the forest floor, very much like any other forest, but the trees themselves just look different and seemingly not in this organic pattern, but in these strong clusters. Soon in front of you, monstrous in size, a very, very large tree cluster, this time making up hundreds of trees, towering above the rest of the forest. You look up in awe and wonder of what you're looking at when Damon says, "We're here." You begin to follow her around this massive collection of trees and solidly collected, they're very solidly collected to form one large tree. And it is huge, hundreds of feet around. As you make your way to the backside, there is a covered opening and ladder. You climb up, you make way to the backside, there's this covered opening and a small ladder. You climb up to this small landing, 100 or so feet. And everything is still completely covered by the canopy. You are now deep within the foliage of this tree. The other clusters are around it, still giving way, still 20, 30, 40 feet away of these other clusters that are surrounding this main tree. You go up to another level, a second landing, another small ladder built into the side of the tree. By the third landing, you see life. You see carvings into the side of the tree. The third platform turns into this rope bridge. As you come out of this landing, turns into more of a pathway that is going along the side of the tree. You go to a rope bridge and cross over to another trunk, another portion of this tree. And on this platform you cross, you see a very large figure snap to attention. A humanoid, bird-like figure with broad shoulders, seemingly even broader due to the thick coat of feathers covering his muscular physique. He has a gleamingly silver breastplate with intricate embossing and impressive detail work on it. You've come the wrong way. No outsiders allowed here. David speaks up. Actually, I'm a friend of Lotus, Queen Lotus, actually. Can you tell her that David is here to see her? Yeah, let me check. And he goes and goes inside for just a moment, sticks his head back to the other side. You hear him mumble something and there for a moment, and then turns back to you and is just kind of waiting. After a few moments pass, he gets a knock at his door, opens it, listens back in, and then ushers you forward. And as you enter this place, you enter through this door, and you are seeing another flight of stairs. This one much more stair-like, much more solid, no longer just platforms and ladders, but a staircase that goes up to a main level. And when you exit this staircase, you are on a large open area. A large open area, a few hundred feet across, with basically a full village around you. There are shops. There are, the further you look up, and at every branch and every tree, the tree is completely surrounding you, but this place is open, and it's open to the sun. And you can see all around you. In front of you, you see almost like a marketplace with different shops, just like you would in the town only a few days previous. The further you look up, the more platforms that you see with different places. Some large houses, some smaller houses. There doesn't seem to be a lot of interconnected, like, there are some platforms, there are some bridges that are connecting large portions of this place, but for the majority of the individual houses and individual places, most of them you can see actually people taking off, and you see bird people being able to take off and make their way around this inside of this tree. As you are being escorted by this guard, you are taken past the inside of this center village into a large building that is built into the side of this, one of the largest branches, the largest outshoots of this tree. And you are greeted by Lotus. Queen, there is a throne room there where you are instantly greeted by the Queen, who comes up and instantaneously runs and begins to hug David. David, you're alive. Yes, I'm alive. Well, someone had come here just the other day seeking respite for the night and had told me that you had passed. It makes me very happy to see you. Someone told you that I was passed?
Someone else.
Yes. Excuse me, this is Lotus. This is my friends. And kind of points to you to introduce yourselves.
Seeing how Boltzmann had already spoken, he would be the first one. Oh, Alexander Boltzmann, pleased to meet you. And he would. This person is seen as royalty. I mean, a sort of royalty in the village. No? Yeah, and Boltzmann would initially like extend a hand to shake, but no, he realizes that he instead does a bow, and after that he looks towards the others. It's your turn, guys.
Camiel, the hand of Sister Eva, and she gives a curt bow as well.
She's taken almost aback by your announcement of your name. Very well.
Oh.
No, in a good way. Almost,
Oh. Okay.
Swords out. Sorry, bangs out.
Bangs out.
No, in a good way. In a way of awe, especially when you said the hand of Sister Ava, there was a look of almost taken aback in a slight nature. But a nod, confirming nod.
Looking at both Boltzmann and Camiel, Bran does a quick half bow and Branimir, ma'am.
Branimir?
Sirsha would chime in at that point, probably following immediately behind Bran's bow with her own slight bow. Sirsha.
Dante steps forward with a flourishing bow, low, hat off, straight feather to the floor. Your Majesty, Dante Dukoven. At your service.
Welcome, all of you. If you are friends of Davin, you are welcome here. This village does not take to outsiders very much, but I do have a fondness for Davin here. And tell me, I'm very glad to see you. Why did you come?
Dante.
Davin, can I...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Dante sort of glances at Caviel and gives her a little bit of a nudge again.
Cam kind of she was
face.
expecting she kind of gives Dante a like what the fuck look because from what Davin has been saying, like this is it should be someone who knows how to properly communicate with grace. And during that conversation, she was saying that Dante would be the one because she felt like he was more fitting. But seeing how he has done what he is very good at doing, which is pass this over to her because he's a fucking asshole.
He's got a big smile on his face.
Fucking dick. She hesitantly she looks at the queen and walks forward as if to present herself a little better. And she pauses and goes, would it be too forward to ask about a temple of some sort? We have been told that maybe you have knowledge. We are in search of something very important.
A temple. That doesn't sound familiar. But hold on one second. You said your name was Dante.
Oh, thank God. Cam gives her a look like,
Dante's smile just sort of like, he wipes for his face. He turns, yes, Your Majesty.
You look very much like the man that was here yesterday calling himself Dante.
mother.
His eyes just go a little bit deadpan for a second.
Guards! And she raises her hand, and one very similar to the guard that you had first seen, kind of, can you go fetch Dante Powers was here yesterday. He was supposed to leave tomorrow. Please, bring him to me, please.
Dante Powers.
Camille kind of looks at Dante like there's she's very annoyed, but she will stay quiet. Oh no.
He's trying very hard not to look agitated any more than he can help. He doesn't want to. his eyes sort of have gone flat. Like they've just sort of the little sparkle that he may have had. He does look at Daven, mouths the word Dante powers, then looks back at the Queen. Well, I believe he was. If this is the person,
you see, David just kind of shrug a little bit, like sorry.
Was it by chance the gentleman that said that Daven had perished? If I may be so bold as to ask.
Yes, it was. He said that he was a very close friend of hers, and that he had just come from some sort of altercation that had happened within Gordon, and that she had perished, and he had come to just let me know because he had known that she had been intending to come but had been kept there. He was unclear of the situation exactly. He did talk in circles sometimes. Yes, I was in Gordon. I am alive. I do know him. His name is Max, not Dante. This is Dante.
Dante's been staring at Daven. So like, I told you so. I'd almost suggest that he should be seized at once and, well, almost promptly executed, but I don't believe it. Daven would want that.
If I may intrude, is he here?
I've just asked the guards to get him. He should be here. He was staying for the day.
Oh.
He was recovering and then was taking off, I believe, tomorrow morning.
Oh, he's in such a hurry, isn't he? His feet are on fire, that one.
Who is this man?
Daven?
Well, I met him at the bar that I worked at. I'm not... He was intertwined with the broken chain and with Ziri, the Khan's men. It's complicated.
Perhaps.
Well.
Oh, sorry, Camille. Feel free.
No. Please do, Dante.
Oh, well, all I was going to suggest is that obviously this gentleman has preyed upon your good Daven here and should probably be held in custody. He was, in fact, a culprit, an accomplice of the Khan, and I do believe the simple fact that he has said that Daven...
He said that he was part of the group that took down the Khan.
No. He also said his name was Daven. Dante. As Daven has pointed out, I am Dante. And just because we share a semblance, I will agree on that one. This particular person is a scoundrel that must be dealt with.
Who is this man to you all?
He, well, we treated him as good company. But, well, I've always thought that I've been a good judge of character. Unfortunately, I was wrong, as he has used Daven as an excuse to take down said power, and he has taken items after the fight. Not only that, he had run away and stolen the identity of the one and only Dante. He's not to be trusted, but I would like to hear from him.
I will see if I can make that request possible.
Dante's just staring off to the corner of the room. thoughts tumbling through his head of the things he'd like to do.
And Camiel is actually being very polite, and she's smiling.
While they are dealing with that matter, and you do see guards that you can. This is an open space. This is a throne room. There's definitely a specific room, but there are large spaces where these organic tree limbs have kind of been built into window-like structures and openings. You can definitely see that there's kind of a scuttle of some of the more armored personnel that are kind of been you've seen throughout kind of here and there throughout the village are all kind of scrambling while this is going on. While they are attending to that, what does bring you here, David? I know that I've asked you here. Who are your friends? And you said you're looking for a temple.
Yes.
I'm afraid there's no temple here.
Best be honest, I'd say. And Dante just sort of like breaks his little distant look as he sort of catches the conversation and just turns to Camiel. So best be honest, I say.
Well, it is said that an artifact is close by within a temple known as the Temple of the Maker. And we were hoping that you would have the information that we need. In fact, that is the only reason why we were in this company of, well, Maximilian Powers.
You seek a relic.
Correct.
You see her face somewhat change. I have had visions. We have relics. Some that have been our protection for generations. Some mark Keithian secrets that will live and die with us here. Some given to us for safekeeping due to our remote location. What is it you seek, and who sent you?
Oof. I'm looking through my notes. I'm sorry.
Have you heard of the Vox Populi?
I am aware.
Vindex.
Vindex Populi.
Copyright.
Have you heard of the Vindex Populi? We seek and have been seeking artifacts of theirs, and we believe the King of Patrium, whose name eludes me at the moment because I forgot to look at the note on Discord when I was looking at other things. He has sent us on this mission to gather the Vindex artifacts.
So you're saying King Ortran sent you?
Yes. We accomplished a quest that left us. He left a note, and we seemed to be worthy enough to carry on his wishes. He doesn't quite want to say it outright why they're there, but he's sort of betting the dice, or that at least this much information will hopefully turn up something good.
I think I may have what you are seeking. The Temple of the Maker was destroyed nearly 600 years ago. But those in charge brought those items to us. Yes, we will be able to help you. And with that, one of the guards comes in, leans deeply into the queen's ear. Gone? What do you mean he's gone? I'm sorry, ma'am. His room is empty. There's no one there. Search the village. Find out where he is. Yes, ma'am. We already searching. We believe that he's left the village. There was a rope. There was a way through the foliage. So why? We believe that he has also snuck into the vault. And you see the queen's face drop. And actually, tonight, this is where we're going to leave it. I know it's very early, but yeah, this is where we're going to leave it for this evening.
Oh.
Deep breaths.
Yeah. We will get back to this in a few weeks. The next 2 weeks, we're going to be doing the Sellswords of Sohir and finishing out that arc completely before moving on back to this and being able to stay completely here. So sorry about needing to get out of here a little early tonight, but I'm gonna do that. Let me finish up here.
It's a good place to finish it.
It's a good place to end, and yeah. So.
Yep, cliffhangers.
I do want to say thank you to all of our followers, supporters this week and every week for being here, and being part of the show. If you missed any part of the episode, the VOD will be available immediately on Twitch, but they won't stay there forever. If you want to catch up with any part of our previous episodes in the campaign, the link to our YouTube is below. Search Black Dragon RP and look for our big Dragon Eye logo. Last thing before we go, I do want to take a moment and shout out our players in the info box below. Go check out these wonderful players. Some of them have links to their Twitter accounts, like RPG Theologian Rob, who plays Saoirse, the Relentless Hunter Aaron, who plays Branimir, Throwaway Doodles Ellen, who plays Boltzmann, and some who stream here on Twitch, like Thumpernox Ryan, who plays Dante, Yumi Cigar, Tony, who plays Camiel, and currently, and Brenna, who streams on the Brenna Nail It channel and plays Amiibi. I'm Brad, also known as Monocle Moose, on all platforms. Go check us out. Please go to the info box below, click our links, say hi to us there. That wraps up this episode from us. Thank you very much for being here. We will see you here again next week, same time, same Twitch channel. We love you very much, and goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.